Right there, guys. So in this video, I'm going to be going through David Ornstein's latest Q&A with The Athletic, and he has touched on Liverpool again, which seems to be the thing. You know, obviously Liverpool is a big story right now in the footballing world, and I think there is one, two. Is there any more? One, two. Yeah, there's three that are related to Liverpool that we have to go over. So. First off, the first question is basically, given the return of Michael Edwards at Liverpool and him being data orientated, could you see him being ruthless with Klopp's signings this summer? Could the likes of Darwin Nunez be at risk of being sold this coming window? Now, that question basically, I think, is coming off this Paul Joyce article that's come out, which I was going to cover in another video, but it's just that one quote. Basically, it's in the article that, you know, that's worth talking about. And basically, he says that Darwin Nunez was a Jurgen Klopp signing. The people at the club at the time, like the recruitment team, they preferred Christian Nkunku or Christopher Nkunku. You know what I mean, Nkunku from Leipzig. Now, obviously, this season's not really gone the way it would have done for Nkunku. I think he's been injured basically since he got there, hasn't he? So yeah, basically this is it. So he's basically replied to this as Ornstein, saying that I very much doubt that Nunez will be leaving. Whatever you think of his form recently, he has shown himself to be a good player for club and country. He is still young. Liverpool wouldn't make any/much profit from selling him now, and there is clear potential in Ornstein's opinion, for him to have a successful career at Anfield. Now, if suitable offers come in for pretty much any player, it's only natural that Edwards, Hughes and anyone else in their position and at board and ownership level will consider them. But that doesn't mean they'll be accepted, and there's no signs that a dramatic revolution is on the way for Liverpool. More likely, smart and necessary evolution. 3 key players are approaching their final 12 months, so that will be a priority. Obviously, there he means Van Dijk, Salah and Trent. Naturally, there will be some churn, some departures and arrivals, but from what we know of Edwards, he tends to favour relative subtle but important alternatives to ensure the team improves and remains competitive. A good operation, which Liverpool is, shouldn't require much change, and often when that happens, it has a destabilising effect. Naturally, with a new manager/head coach arriving, there will be tweaks, but Liverpool already have a strong nucleus, plenty of promising young players, and some experienced pros who have plenty left in the tank. I think they are better placed to handle this transition than Man United were post-Ferguson and Arsenal after Wenger. Of course, Edwards and Hughes will be under pressure to deliver, and they won't be afraid to make tough, bold and perhaps unpopular calls, but I don't envision it being particularly drastic. Would you guys think, selling Mo Salah is a drastic call? Would it be an unpopular call right now? Just going to say it right now, I wouldn't be playing him for the rest of the 5 games of this season. I know people have been giving Nunez stick, but he's been coming into... I would rather see Harvey Elliott play out there than I would Mo Salah right now. I just can't. He doesn't offer us anything anymore, guys. He really doesn't. So, just question for you guys. Would selling Mo Salah be an unpopular call? And would you see it as a drastic one? Going off what Ornstein has said there. Next up, he was asked if he could give any insight into the Amorim situation. Why did Liverpool abort their interest in him and instead start targeting Slot? And what happened with Amorim and West Ham? So Ornstein goes on to say here that Amorim was in Liverpool conversation, but so were/are other candidates, and I was never aware of him being made the internal favourite. He has said that a few times. Irrespective of some of the external reporting, it might not be that they aborted their interest in him. And he goes on to say here, and don't forget, it's not one way. he will have preferences too. Rather that maybe Slot simply emerged from this process to tick the most boxes and be deemed the most appropriate candidate. Amorim's camp held talks with West Ham, and then he flew over to meet them earlier this week. Exactly why he did that so publicly is a source of much debate. But as I understand it, after that meeting, he felt a move to West Ham was not right for him at this time. Now, again, this Amorim situation just won't go away. I know that he was basically, like, someone there put in the, as a comment on this underneath, they basically said, why was this so up for debate? Are you saying that he did that to give Liverpool an ultimatum to make a move? It's just wink if that's the case. But yeah, what was I saying? This Amorim situation doesn't just seem to go away. Like, we are seeing a lot of Arne Slot lately, and some stuff just doesn't add up, guys. And I know that Amorim basically said something along the lines of he will speak in his press conference on Saturday regarding why he went to London. And there was someone in the comments the other day about this when they were like, why would he have a press conference to speak about London? He's not having a conference to speak about London. He's got a pre-match press conference. And do you really think the Portuguese media are just going to sit there and start asking him questions about the upcoming game when he's just flown off to London publicly? Of course not. Like, they're going to ask him, like, what the fuck were you doing? Do you know what I mean? Just like Alonso, he didn't have a press conference just to say he was staying at Leverkusen. It was a question at the beginning of his pre-match press conference for that game that week. So, do you know, I don't normally respond to like comments like that, like on videos, but that just proper like, some people, man, honestly. Where's the next one that was Liverpool related? Sorry, I've lost where I am now with that. Here we go. So the last one regarding Liverpool was, are Liverpool any closer to agreeing a compensation for Arne Slot with Feyenoord? Now, I did cover this earlier on in my first video today, from the comments from Fabrizio Romano that came out early on this morning. And these are obviously just a couple of hours ago, basically. Maybe not even that, an hour ago. So Ornstein says that as far as he knows, the negotiations are progressing and looking positive for Liverpool. But Feyenoord will understandably have their own best interests at heart. So this probably won't happen overnight. Which I don't expect it to anyway. I do, like I think I said earlier in my video, in the Slot video that's just come out before this, I think it gets done and dusted by the weekend, guys. If it does, there's a part of me that kind of thinks they want to get it done ahead of the Amorim conference, but that's just a hunch. I've got nothing to back that up. And I'm only going off that, so Liverpool are like in charge of the narrative. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just a thought I had today based on that. But yeah, guys, that seems to be literally everything. Let me have a quick look, because he's still putting stuff on here. No, that's it, guys. That's all the questions he answered regarding Liverpool today, did David Ornstein. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think on all of this. Would you be selling Darwin Nunez this summer? Is selling Salah, going to be a drastic and bold decision, do you think? I think it's fairly obvious, I'm not going to lie to you. And do you think that Slot's the guy? Do you think there's a chance that Amorim could still become the manager? Let me know down in the comments, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.